Welcome everybody once again. So this is our ninth class for module 2. In the last class we saw what is discharge, that is what is a rate of flow, and we saw about the continuity equation. So we know the continuity equation is the discharge while in a pipe where the water or some liquid is flowing, the discharge at these sections remains the same. That is, when you have a pipe like this, if one is a section, 2 is another section, our Q1 will be equal to Q2. That is, the discharge at section 1 will be equal to discharge at section 2. That is, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, where A is the area, cross-section area of the pipe, and V is the average velocity at section 1, and A2 V2 area and average velocity at section 2 respectively. So based on this concept, we are going to see some 5 problems today. So today we are going to see the application of this continuity equation. So the application of this continuity equation, that is A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. See, actually it is rho 1 A1 V1 is equal to rho 2 A2 V2. So for a liquid, density will be same. So we can cancel this row. We get A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. See, this is nothing but that is rho AV. Area into velocity is your volume and this is your density. So we know density is equal to mass by volume. So this rho into volume, this is nothing but the mass density. So if this is the mass rate of flow means that is nothing but rho AV. So you should remember this also. If it is rate of flow, simply rate of flow, it is A into V, that will be your discharge. Okay, now we will move on to our problems. So first problem is the diameters of a pipe at the sections 1 and 2 are 10 centimeter and 15 centimeter. So from the question itself, see, you have one pipe, right? The diameters. So there are different diameters. The diameter is varying. You have a pipe and for that pipe the diameter is varying. So at section 1 and 2 are 10 centimeter and 15 centimeter respectively. So at section 1, the diameter is a smaller diameter and section 2, it is a larger diameter. So let us draw the diagram first. See, so we will draw our pipe like this because section 1, the diameter is smaller and section 2, the diameter is larger. So what about the diameter? See, section 1 it is 10 centimeter and section 2 it is 15 centimeter. So here the diameter, we will take it as D1 is 10 centimeter and D2 is equal to 15 centimeter. Now we are asked to find the discharge through the pipe. So we need to find what is Q. We are asked to find what is the discharge through the pipe. If the velocity of water flowing through the pipe at section 1 is 5 meter per second. That means our velocity at section 1, V1 is 5 meter per second. Determine the velocity at section 2. So we need to find what is Q. Also, we need to find what is the velocity at section 2. Now, see, we know, velocity is given in meter per second. So we will convert this diameter in terms of meter. So 10 centimeter is equal to, it is 0.1 meter. So we will get 0.1 meter. Here it is 0.15 meter. D2 is 0.15 meter. Now we know as per the continuity equation. So one application for continuity equation is in the flow of pipes. So continuity equation is Q1 is equal to Q2. That means our A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So our first part is determining the discharge. Find the discharge through the pipe. So first of all, we will find the discharge. After that, we will apply the continuity equation. Okay. So first of all, we will find the discharge. So we know discharge is equal to area into velocity. You can take either A1 V1 or A2 V2, because A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q. See, that means your A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, right? So now, so what is Q? You can take A1 V1 or A2 V2. See here, for the section 2, we do not know what is the average velocity. But for section 1, it is given as 5 meter per second. So our discharge will be equal to, this is our first part, what we need to find, area into velocity. So this area is equal to pi d square by 4 multiplied by velocity v1. This is 1 square. That is, we are taking the section 1 now. So Q is equal to pi into d1 is 0.1, 0.1 square divided by 4, or you can take it as pi r square. This is nothing but pi r square. See, pi r square is taken as pi d square by 4. Okay. Now, into V1 is 5 meter per second. So, what we get is, substituting the values, we get our discharge as 0.03927 meter cube per second. So, this is our first answer. Now, our second part, we need to find what is V2. So, for the second part, we will apply the continuity equation. So, we know our continuity equation is Q1 is equal to Q2, that is nothing but A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So, now what is A1? Pi into D1 square by 4 into V1 is equal to A2 is pi D2 square by 4 into V2. So, you can cancel this pi by 4. What we get is D1 square. D1 is 0.1 meter. Diameter at section 1 is 0.1 meter. So, 0.1 square into velocity at section 1 is 5 meter per second is equal to, the diameter at section 2 is 0.15 meter. So, 0.15 square into V2. So, the only unknown is V2. We get the velocity at section 2, that is the average velocity at section 2 will be equal to 2.22 meter per second. So, simple problem, right? Now, we will move on to the second problem. So, our second problem is a 30 centimeter diameter pipe. So, you have one pipe of 30 centimeter diameter. It is conveying water. It carries water. Branches into two pipes of diameter 20 centimeter and 15 centimeter respectively. So, you have a 30 centimeter pipe. It is divided into two branches. So, this is 30 centimeter pipe. 30 centimeter diameter pipe. It is dividing it into two branches. One is 20 centimeter diameter and another is 15 centimeter diameter. If the average velocity, so first of all we will draw the pipes, right? So we have a pipe of diameter 30 centimeter. So this is getting branched into two different pipes, right? So this is branched into two different pipes. So here the diameter is 20 centimeter and another pipe the diameter is 15 centimeter. So we will take this as diameter 1, diameter 2 and diameter 3, D3. Okay, now if the average velocity in the 30 centimeter pipe, that is in the first pipe, if the average velocity is 2.5 meter per second, that is our V1 is equal to 2.5 meter per second. Find the discharge in this pipe. You are asked to find what is Q1. Also, determine the velocity in 15 centimeter pipe. You are asked to find what is V3. So, you are asked to find what is V3 if the average velocity in 20 centimeter diameter pipe is 2 meter per second. So, here V2 is equal to 2 meter per second. Right? So, now we are asked to find Q1 and V3. Two things, right? So first of all, you should be very clear in the diagram. Once the diagram you drawn, and if you understood this, the details of this diagram, this type of problem becomes very, very simple. Okay. So now how will we find Q? See, for this problem, the concept is Q1 will be equal to Q2 plus Q3. Because when you take the section, see this will be our section 1 and section 2 you will be taking like this. Okay, so we know the discharge at section 1 will be equal to discharge at section 2. That means here this Q1 is equal to Q2 plus Q3. Discharge in the larger pipe Q1 will be equal to the summation of the discharge in the branched pipes. That is the meaning of that. So now, okay. So what is Q1 now? See, we know what is D1 and what is V1. So our first answer, that is Q1 is equal to A1 into V1. Now what is A1? Pi D1 square by 4 into V1. We know it is pi into the diameter is 30 centimeter, that is 0.3 meter. Convert it into meter. So it is 0.3 meter square divided by 4 into, because velocity is in meter per second, into 2.5 meter per second. We get this Q is equal to, substitute the values for pi. So we get 0.1767 meter cube per second. So first part is over. Now we will move on to our second part. Second thing, we need to find what is V3. So for that we will use this concept, that is Q1 is equal to Q2 plus Q3. So our Q1 is equal to Q2 plus Q3. So we get, what is Q1? We will substitute, that is A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2 plus A3 V3. So A1 is pi D1 square by 4 into V1 is equal to pi D2 square by 4 into V2 plus pi D3 square by 4 into V3. See, you can do it in other way also. That is, you can substitute here, find A1 V1, find A2 V2. You can substitute all the values here also. Just for easy purpose, I am writing like this. Okay. So you can cancel this pi by 4, pi by 4, pi by 4 everywhere. So the remaining things what we have is D1 is 30 centimeter, that is 0.3 square into V1 is 2.5 is equal to D2 square. So D2 is 20 centimeter, so it is 0.2. 0.2 square into V2 is 2 plus D3 is 15 centimeter, so it is 0.15 meter. So 0.15 square into V3. So the only unknown is V3. We get we get V3 is equal to 6.44 meter per second. Okay. See, you can substitute A1, V1 directly here also. That is, you can substitute the values here so that you will get 0.1767 is equal to A2, V2. You can substitute. You will get the value as 0.0628. Then you can find what is V3. In that way also you can write. So the concept is this. The remaining things you can do of your own. Now we will move on to our third problem. Okay. So our third problem is water flows through a pipe AB 1.2 meter diameter. So first pipe AB is 1.2 meter diameter at 3 meter per second. So for this pipe the velocity is 3 meter per second and then passes through a pipe BC 1.5 meter diameter. So first of all you have one pipe, you have one pipe AB. Okay, we will draw it neatly. We have one pipe AB. So this pipe AB is 1.2 meter diameter. So here D1 is equal to 1.2 meter. Now velocity V1 is equal to 3 meter per second. Now this passes through another pipe BC of 1.5 meter diameter. So the diameter is increasing, right? So this diameter is 1.5 meter. So D2 is equal to 1.5 meter. So this is A, B, then it is B, C, and what happens, you see, at C the pipe branches. So branch CD is 0.8 meter diameter. So at C it is getting branched, and here D3, CD. So branch CD is 0.8 meter diameter. So D3 is 0.8 meter and carries 1/3 of the flow in AB. And carries 1/3 of the flow in AB. So if the flow in AB is Q1, this Q3 will be equal to 1/3 of Q1. Okay. Now the flow velocity in the branch CE is 2.5 meter per second. So you have another branch CE. So in this branch CE, the flow velocity, that is this is V4, right? V4 is 2.5 meter per second. Find the volume rate of flow in AB. So we need to find what is Q1, then the velocity in BC, that is what is V2. V2 is the velocity in BC. Now the velocity in CD, that is we need to find what is V3. Okay, we need to find V3. The velocity in CD, that is, yeah, that is V3, and the diameter CE. CE means here, that is what is D4. We need to find D4. So 4 things we need to find. So how will we solve this problem? So first, we will find Q1. So we know this Q1 is equal to A1 into V1, area into average velocity. So here the area is pi d1 square, pi d1 square by 4 multiplied by the average velocity V1. So every values are given in the problem. So it is pi into d1 is 1.2 square divided by 4 into velocity is 3. So we get Q1 is equal to 3.393 meter cube per second. So first part is over. Now we will try to solve the second part. Okay. So how will we solve our second part? That is, we need to find what is V2. V2, right? So now we know Q1 is equal to Q2. Right? So here the concept is Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3 plus Q4. Right? So discharge in this pipe is equal to discharge in this pipe. That will be equal to discharge in the branching pipes. So Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3 plus Q4. So first of all, we will consider Q1 is equal to Q2. That means A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. We need to find this A2. So what we get is now what is A1? Pi into D1 square, right? D1 square is 1.2. 1.2 square divided by 4 into V1 is 3 is equal to A2. A2 is pi D square, pi D2 square, that is 1.5. 1.5 square divided by 4 into V2. So here the only unknown is V2. So we get velocity V2 is equal to. That means velocity in BC. You can write it as VBC also. So that is equal to 1.92 meter per second. Now, third we need to find what is V3, right? What is V3? So two conditions is given. So Q3 is equal to 1 by 3 of Q1. So using this we will find what is V3. Okay. So what is V3? Now, third part. See, we know this Q3 is equal to A3 into V3. Q is equal to AV. Now, what is Q3? Q3 is given as 1 by 3 of Q1. So 1 by 3 of Q1 is equal to A3. So A3 is pi D3 square by 4. That is area, right? Into V3. We need to find V3. Okay. So now, what is Q1? Q1 is nothing but 1 by 3 of A1 V1 is equal to pi D3 square. D3, we will substitute the value. D3 is 0.8 meter. 0.8 meter. So pi into 0.8 square divided by 4 into V3. So which implies 1 by 3 into A1. A1 is pi D1 square. D1 is 1.2 meter. 1.2 square by 4. This is area 1 into V1. So V1, we know it is 3 meter per second. So multiplied by 3 is equal to pi into 0.8 square by 4 into V3. So the only unknown is V3. You can cancel this 4, pi. Okay. So what we get is V3 will be equal to, the only unknown is V3 or VCD, right? V3 means velocity in the pipe CD. So V3 is equal to VCD is equal to, we will get 2.25 meter per second. Now we will move on to our fourth part. So fourth, we need to find what is the diameter of the fourth pipe, that is CE. Okay. So now we will apply this. Q2 is equal to Q3 plus Q4. So fourth part, we know Q2 is equal to Q3 plus Q4. So which implies, we know what is Q2, right? Q1 will be equal to Q2, or else we will apply from the basics. So Q2 is A2V2 is equal to A3V3 plus A4V4. So what we get is, area 2 means pi D2 square by 4 into V2 is equal to pi D3 square by 4 into V3 plus pi D4 square by 4 into V4. So now we can cancel this pi by 4 everywhere. So the remaining things what we have is D2 square. What is the value for D2? It is 1.5. So D2 is 1.5 square into V2. We have already found our velocity V2 as 1.92 meter per second. So 1.92 is equal to D3 square. So diameter D3 is 0.8 meter. So 0.8 square into V3, we have found it as 2.25 meter per second. So 2.25 plus D4 square into V4. So what is V4? It is given as 2.5 meter per second. 2.5 meter per second. So here the only unknown is D4, from which we get diameter in the fourth pipe, that is D4 will be equal to 1.0735 meter. So this is our answer. Diameter of the fourth pipe. We have determined the velocity in the third pipe. We have found the average velocity in the second pipe. And we have also determined the discharge Q1. Now we will move on to our fourth problem. So our fourth problem is a 25 centimeter diameter pipe carries oil of specific gravity 0.9. See, what are the previous problem we saw? The conveyance liquid is water. Here it is oil. So a 25 centimeter diameter pipe. So D1 is equal to 25 centimeter, that is 0.25 meter. It carries oil of specific gravity. So SO is equal to 0.9. It is carrying oil. At a velocity, that is V1 is equal to 3 meter per second. Okay, this is in one section. At another section, the diameter is 20 centimeter. So first the diameter is 25 centimeter. After that, the diameter is, okay, it is not given the varying, right? One section it is 25 and the other section it is 20. So we will draw our diagram like this. So from 25 to 20, right? Okay. So for first section, when you take this section 1, these are the details. And when you take the second section, we will take the second section here. So at the second section, our diameter D2 is equal to 20 centimeter, that is equal to 0.2 meter. Now find the velocity at this section. We need to find what is V2 and also the mass rate of flow of oil. So mass rate of flow of oil means mass rate of flow of oil. It is nothing but rho area into velocity. Okay, that's all. So either it is a rho A1 V1 or a rho A2 V2. Now, first of all, we know Q1 is equal to Q2. Therefore, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, from which we get pi D1 square by 4 into V1 is equal to pi D2 square by 4 into V2. We can cancel pi by 4. What we get is D1 square, that is 0.25 square into V1 is 3 is equal to D2 is 0.2 square into V2. So the only unknown is V2. We get V2 is equal to 4.68 meter per second. Now the mass rate of flow of oil. So the mass rate of flow of oil is equal to mass density into Q, that is equal to rho A V. So rho A1 V1 or rho A2 V2. So we know the density, specific gravity of the oil is given as 0.9. That means our density of the oil is 0.9 into 1000 into A1. A1 is pi into D1 square by 4 into V1, that is 3. So what we get is the mass rate of flow of oil will be equal to 132.23. See, remember the unit. In the previous cases, when it was a rate of flow, our unit was meter cube per second. Here, it is mass rate of flow, so the unit is kilogram per second. Okay. The previous cases, it was volume rate of flow. Volume rate of flow. So, that was meter cube per second. Here it is mass rate of flow. That means it is kilogram per second. So, remember this. This is very important. Okay. If it is meter cube per second, that is volume rate of flow. If it is kilogram per second, it is mass rate of flow. So, mass rate of flow will be equal to density. Our discharge into density. Discharge into density, that is called mass rate of flow. In other words, you can remember density is equal to mass by velocity, right? Mass by velocity. So, our mass density will be equal to mass into volume. Mass into volume, mass by volume. So, our mass density is equal to density into volume, that is density into A into V. Now, we will move on to our last problem, that is our fifth problem. So, the last problem is a jet of water from a 25 mm diameter nozzle is directed vertically upwards. This is another application. See, so far for past 4 problems, we saw the application for the flow of a fluid in pipe. This problem, the application is nozzle, a jet of water flowing from a nozzle. Okay, so jet of water flowing from a nozzle. Previous case it was pipes, here it is a nozzle. So we will draw a nozzle first. Okay. And the water is poured upwards. The water is pushed upwards, directed vertically upwards. So there may be some pipe like this. So we have a nozzle. Okay. So this part is called nozzle. So it is given, what is given? The diameter of the nozzle is 25 mm. So this is the tip of the nozzle. So this is our nozzle and the diameter of the nozzle is given as, that is at this part, the diameter, that is D1, is given as 25 mm. That is nothing but 0.025 meter. Now, it is poured, that water is pushed vertically upwards. Assuming that the jet remains circular. So when you push the jet, it remains circular and neglecting any loss of energy, because you have not studied any losses so far. We will study the losses of energy in the coming chapters. So now you are assuming there is no loss of energy. You are neglecting the loss of energy. That means Q1 is equal to Q2. That is the meaning of that. Law of conservation of mass is observed here, is followed here, right? There is no losses. So assuming that the jet remains circular and neglecting any loss of energy, what will be the diameter at a point 4.5 meter above the nozzle? So see, your water is flowing vertically upwards, right? So from the nozzle, your water is pushing vertically upwards, and here the cross section of the nozzle, this is in the circular direction. So cross section is a circle. So what will be the diameter at a point 4.5 meter above the nozzle? So 4.5 meter, this above the nozzle, you are asked what is D2. Let this be D2. You are asked to find what is D2 if the velocity with which the jet leaves the nozzle is 12 meter per second. That is, our V1 is equal to 12 meter per second. Okay. So here we are going to use the concept of equation of motion. That is, we know the equation of motion, V1 square minus V2 square is equal to 2GH. Okay, so we are going to apply this. So our V1 square is, sorry, it is not V1 square minus V2 square. It is V2 square minus V1 square, right? So that is V2 square minus V1 square. V square minus U square, right, is equal to 2GH. V square minus U square, that is second velocity minus the first velocity. So our V2 square minus our first velocity V1 is 12 meter per second. So 12 square is equal to 2 into, the water is projected vertically upwards, so G will be minus 9.81 into height. The height is 4.5. So from which we get V2 is equal to 7.46 meter per second. Now you can apply the continuity equation. So our continuity equation is A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. That is Q1 is equal to Q2. From which we get A1, that is pi into D1 square by 4 into V1 is equal to pi into D2 square by 4 into V2. Now we have found V2, the only unknown is D2. So it is pi into D1 is 0.025 square divided by 4 into V1 is 12 is equal to pi into D2 square by 4 into V2, we have found it as 7.46. So you can cancel this pi by 4 and pi by 4. So what we get is The only unknown is D2. So we get D2 is equal to 31.7 mm. So this is your answer. So if D1 is 25 mm, that is, so you will get D2 is equal to 0.0317 meter, right? So that is nothing but 31.7 mm. So when from a nozzle, when the jet of water is pushed vertically upwards, always the diameter will be larger at some, up to a certain height, the diameter will be larger. Okay, you can see this application while washing the car, etc. by using a water jet with the help of a nozzle. So today what we have seen is the application of continuity equation, and we solved 5 problems using this continuity equation. So things to remember from today's classes: Q1 is equal to Q2, and if the pipe gets branched, your Q1 will be equal to Q2 plus Q3. See, suppose if it is branching like this, and then once again it is branching, then sorry, not like this. See, if your pipe is like this, then it branches into 2. Afterwards, this also gets branches into 2. This gets branches into 2. That is the case. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, Q7. So your Q1 will be equal to Q2 plus Q3. So that will be equal to Q4 plus Q5 plus Q6 plus Q7. Also, your Q2 will be equal to Q4 plus Q5, and Q3 will be equal to Q6 plus Q7. Okay, so we have studied this concept. Now the velocity flow of water will be equal to, the unit will be meter cube per second, and if it is a mass rate of flow, it will be kilogram per second. Now the formula for mass rate of flow will be rho A V. So that's all for today. Thank you.